You thought I was doing you? You thought I was doing you?
Here's everything you need to know about the Shannon Sharpe lawsuit. I mean, you probably don't need to know any of this, but now that you've been added to the group chat, whether you wanted to or not, you might as well catch up and know the facts. Shannon Sharpe, Pro Football Hall of Famer, media personality. I saw as of recently he was supposed to sign an $100 million media deal. Well, he is facing a lawsuit where he is getting accused of rape, assault, shaker, and battery, and engaging in the intentional infliction of emotional distress. The lawsuit was filed anonymously in Nevada by Jane Doe, which means she's doing this all anonymously. I hope you didn't actually think her name was Jane Doe. She said that she was in a rocky but consensual relationship with Shannon Sharpe for 2 years. She says that she met Shannon when she was 19 years old at a gym in Los Angeles in 2023. Keep in mind, Shannon is 56. I digress. They had a consensual relationship for around 2 years, and then he assault shakered her in October of 2024, and then again in January of 2025. This is Tony Busby. He's the one filing this lawsuit. He's a trial lawyer from Houston who has filed over 20 lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs. He filed a lawsuit against Jay-Z, and now Shannon Sharpe. He also was a part of the legal team that won settlements against Deshaun Watson for being accused of SA of over 24 massage therapists. Jane Doe is seeking $50 million in damages. Shannon and his lawyers have denied all of this and called it a shakedown and an attempt to get millions out of him. Jane Doe said that Shannon progressively got more violent with her. He was recording their meetings, without her consent. The lawsuit also says that he would threaten to off her if she denied his advances. Jane Doe's lawyers released an audio clip where Shannon said that he was going to choke the out of her. This audio sounded like a recorded phone call. Shannon's lawyers said that Shannon tried to offer her $10 million to settle the case before the lawsuit was filed, but she declined. Jane Doe's suit also refers to a separate lawsuit that Shannon is facing in New York with a woman named Michelle Evans, who claims that Shannon was in a relationship with her for over a decade, but assault shakered her during an argument in 2010. Shannon made a public statement on Instagram claiming that Tony Busby is orchestrating all of this to take down a black man and draw on racial stereotypes. This is where it gets weird and people are asking to be taken out of the group chat. Shannon's lawyers released explicit text messages from Jane Doe to Shannon to set the record straight. In these texts, she seems to be saying that she wants baby gravy and his big black baby in her. Then Tony Busby responded saying, yeah, but all of those texts were sent before the date of the alleged grape incident. I'll give my opinion in the next video, but please comment and tell me what you think, because what the hell?
Shannon Sharpe is Latrell from White Chicks, and you can't tell me otherwise. That character is based off him. You can't tell me otherwise. You can't tell me otherwise. Because based off them texts I just read, that's Latrell. Did nobody tell you this is an all-white party, huh? Oh. That's Latrell, bro. Cause ain't no way you want this whole put that big black baby in me, baby gravy. You want her to stick her tongue up your blowhole. She wants you to put a leash on her and walk her like a dog. Yeah. That's Latrell, bro. That's some shit Latrell from White Chicks would be into, bro. I swear to God. I swear to God. Like, the Wayans had to base that character off him. Had to. Or base it off the NFL motherfuckers that's into that goddamn weird shit. And Shannon Sharpe is one of the motherfuckers that's into that weird shit. Now, I don't kink shame, but when it come to race play, oh, that's some shit I don't fuck with. I don't fuck with that shit. What the fuck? Yo, outside of here. But, nigga, what the fuck? But one thing I can say, though. Shannon Sharpe might not be gay. He might just like white women. And you know how that go. I'll make the...
Being 56, worth $14 million and paying for Uchi from somebody from OnlyFans is crazy as hell. Not because they from OnlyFans, but because you shouldn't have to pay for Uchi when you're 56 and worth $14 million. Monique told your old dick ass to settle down with some old big bitch that'll cook you a meal, drink a drink with you, and listen to you nag about your damn day. You didn't do that, and now you might owe this girl $50 million. You see why you should stay away from them young bitches and listen to an old head? Your old ass don't like to hear you manipulating me, you're gaslighting me. Get with an old bitch that's never gonna use words like that. Being 56 and worth $14 million and paying for Uchi from somebody that works on OnlyFans that may be 19 or 20 years crazy as hell because you don't even know how the game goes with these young bitches. You don't even know you out here being recorded. When I heard him on the recording, I was like, oh, that's how old niggas talk. They also like to say you're not listening and you don't know anything. But like, whatever. But then I heard her age and I was like, you can't do that. Then I heard her race and I was like, oh, your big black ass can't do that. Being 56 and paying for Uchi from somebody that may or may not be 19 or 20 years old on OnlyFans is crazy as hell because you should be dating somebody that knows the signs of a stroke. You wanna know why all the old niggas that's not married died? It's because they used their last bit of energy to get some young coochie instead of going to the doctor. If you had an old bitch, should be like, Charles, take your old ass to the doctor and tell him about your ticker. No, you're not gonna get that from a bitch that's trying to scam you. Yo, dusty dick ass out here trying to dig down somebody from OnlyFans at your rich age.
This is a very, very messy situation. I don't know what's true and what's not true, but I have no idea why a 54-year-old man is dating a 19, 20-year-old. I know y'all like to be out here bragging about smashing these young things, but that's not a flex to me. You 54 years old, you should be laid up with your wife and kids, taking your cholesterol medicine, minding your damn business. We need discipline and stability. That's and I ain't talking about just Shannon. I'm just talking about all of us in general. Men need discipline and stability. Find you one woman and settle your ass down, okay?
I agree with you, but it's not against the law.
Now, Shannon Sharpe, I'm not one to kink shame. Actually, I'm lying. Because race play? Hell nah. Hell nah. TMZ just released another audio. And a big black man gonna do what? In public, Shannon? What? And I don't know if y'all role playing or not, but them text messages that came out yesterday where she said that she told you to use protection and she was crying and begged you not to put it you know where, that didn't seem like no role play. And then you keep talking about this is a money grab and a shakedown, but you tried to settle for $10 million during mediation before the lawsuit even became public. That's suspicious. That's weird. And even if it is a money grab, even if it is a shakedown, you deserve to be shook down, okay? Because that girl was 19 and you was 54 when you met her. Y'all need to find people y'all old age and stop being weird. Stop being weird, because this is getting very weird.
Sharpe, I'm going to stand with you, my brother. Shannon Sharpe, I'm going to stand with you, my brother, on one condition. I'm getting text messages from all over the African universe telling me that Shannon Sharpe was accused of the unspeakable. I'm getting text messages telling me that Shannon Sharpe was accused of the unspeakable. I'm going to stand with Uncle Shay Shay on one condition. Uncle Shay Shay, no more snow bunnies after this scandal. If you cannot promise me that you will never seek the company of another snow bunny, I cannot stand with you. Uncle Shay Shay. Uncle Shay Shay. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam.
So Shannon Sharpe's days at ESPN are officially over. Because you can see Stephen A, he's kind of backtracking. He's kind of distancing himself away from him. You know what I'm saying? ESPN, they are still owned by Disney. They're not trying to have nobody that has nothing against them on their station. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to have that. That doesn't make sense for them. Now, again, he can still have his podcast. His podcast is already better than him being on First Take. First Take is just a nice check. So it's not like that's really not the big thing that's going to affect him. But again, I think it's over. You might as well just call it a day for that. I'm telling y'all, they're going to bring back Skip. They bringing back Skip. If they get rid of Shannon, they bring in back Skip Bayless. Now, again, I don't know about his podcast deal. That might be in question too, man. Like, all this for a 20-year-old. Like, that's insane. He's losing hundreds of millions of dollars potentially over this young woman who recorded everything he said. Like, come on, bro. Like, and you can't feel bad for him. It's just like, geez, all this over her? Man.
Additional phone call audio between Shannon Sharpe and his accuser Gabby, the adult content creator, has been released. And in it, the girl kind of baits Shannon Sharpe into admitting that he chokes her, which seems like in a consensual kind of way. Allegedly, everything's alleged. We don't know the truth about anything. Now, this audio appears to be a privately recorded conversation, unbeknownst to Shannon, where the girl kind of provokes him into admitting his tendencies romantically. And it seems like the girl deliberately brought up the subject of choking just to get Shannon to say, I will choke you. But it doesn't seem like to be in a violent way. It seems to be like part of their nature when dealing with each other in a romantic way. And she's trying to misrepresent or use this audio out of context to portray like an image. Now, this does not mean that she did not tell Shannon no in this situation, and she may not be a victim, and Shannon may seem controlling, and he definitely seems 64, and she definitely seems borderline under 18, even though she's over. So that given the case, it doesn't make Shannon look good, but none of this 100% really seals the deal with him and makes him guilty. Now, what I can say also is Tony Busby, the lawyer that's going after Shannon, went after Jay-Z, and it backfired on this lawyer, Tony Busby. The lawsuit ended up getting dropped. Jay-Z went after him, countersued, and it was not a good look for Tony. So is this claim baseless? It doesn't seem baseless. Apparently, even Shannon Sharpe even offered money. But if this is just some sort of thing that they do when they're romantic, then for her to then conveniently say, I don't want to do this anymore, and then insist, and then have dialogue that's recorded, it would kind of seem like this is a money grab setup. But technically, she still would be a victim, so I can see how it'd be frowned upon. But I want to know what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comment section, and follow me for more content like this.
And since we're here talking, Shannon Sharpe and these text messages and the allegations against him, I just want to go on record and say that black men are the real bedwenches of the black community. And over and over and over and over and over and over again, it's proven. I exist in a lot of areas of social media. When it comes to race play behavior, black men, whether they engage with other men, whether they engage with the opposite sex, no matter what they're doing, it is prevalent in king spaces. Black men, as much as they make it seem as if they're engaging with non-black women in order for some retribution for slavery, no, they are doing slavery reenactments, okay? That's one. Two, we have to find a space to start unpacking how colorism affects the way that men navigate the world, not in regards to how they navigate women due to colorism, but how colorism has affected them and how they lean into specific tropes within how the world navigates them through colorism, and they turn it into a part of their armor and a part of the way that they see a benefit to themselves, and they think because they've done that, they aren't being harmed by colorism. When you look at corn online, there is a huge, huge, huge space of black men who only shoot with white women, who have white husbands who are cucks for them, and they are doing this bull content. And again, because they're the ones polarizing these women, everyone thinks this shit is cute. You are engaging in real-time slavery just for a better check. And having lived in the South and seeing how colorism shows up in the South with darker skinned black men and the difference, how I'm interpreted as light skinned to people here in the South. I'm not gonna argue with y'all. I do not consider myself to be light skinned. I have a sister, my sister Katrina is, I have a sister who's light skinned. I ain't light skinned, right? Those messages from the jump were, one, it was clear that he was paying a coin to engage with this person, which ain't a problem. I am a huge proponent of many other things that men come to me about are things they should be paying people to do. And I think it's lovely and amazing when y'all are actually engaging with the economy the way you're supposed to when it comes to foolery and when it comes to labor. But it was transactional from the jump. And if it's transactional from the jump, and from the jump, race and all of these other tropes within race foolishness are involved, that for me says that a part of the compensation was you engaging and speaking that way. Yeah. And I would gather
And also, that's why he likes younger women. That's why he likes younger women. And the sad part is, this lawsuit is likely foolishness. It's the same attorney who was behind the stuff with Jay-Z. And that's not me saying that somebody did something or somebody didn't do something. I'm saying that this attorney is known for conjuring spells. And because it likely will fall dust to the side, people aren't going to dive into. There are pieces of this where someone needs to sit down with Shannon Sharpe and say, you too old for this. Your platform is too large, and you don't look the way that people need to look to get away with some of the behavior you're engaging in. And had you not been someone who, probably because you were in the NFL, people have trained you how to cover your butt, this might have got you. Because 10 seconds later, the white men were on, it was either CNN or somewhere else, and your colleagues were trying to read you about this. So, in closing, race play is very prevalent with black men. Very prevalent. And the very bed wenches that black men purport black women to be when they engage with white men are the bed wenches that they are and they have been. I don't know what was in the secret sauce of slavery that would charge black men to, again, I made that video to be fascinated with whiteness the way that they are. Be fascinated with whiteness the way that they are. But I'll close with, if transness is about to be illegal and they take gay marriage, go ahead and take loving too. Let it be the Hunger Games out here, because you're gonna gag at the number of black men who are gonna give up their lives for some white shaker pudding.